Hi, I'm Tracy Golden. I'm a personal development coach. I'm here today to talk about thoughts. We are constantly bombarded by thoughts that we don't even know why. Have you ever thought of that? Why do they appear when they do? How do we handle them when they appear? As we learn to control our thoughts and focus our thoughts, when we see that we've all of a sudden had a thought that out of nowhere appears and it's a negative thought. Once we're aware of that and we learn how to focus our thoughts, we can redirect that thinking to something pleasant, to a goal or a desire that we have. At first it's a little bit difficult, but with time it gets easier and easier. Once you can focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. There's an exercise that find your most comfortable chair that you sit in often. Put a little dot on the wall, just with a pencil, a little dot on the wall across from you. Sit there in that chair and focus on that little dot. Just focus on nothing but that little dot. It'll be difficult, and at first your mind will wander. That's okay, just come right back to that little dot on the wall. Do this time and time again until you can focus for seconds, then eventually tens of seconds. It'll be difficult and your mind will wander. But do this and it will help your mind to focus. Once we can focus on one thing, we can focus on anything. So then when we're doing our daily activities and suddenly a random thought appears into our mind, a negative one, we can dismiss it. And the way that I've learned to do this through other teachings is to learn how to focus your thoughts. To think of the one desirable thing that pleases you. Perhaps it's the goal you're trying to attain. And as you think of that, as soon as that negative thought hits your mind, bam, you're back to a pleasant area, a good space. You realize that that thought is really, it's not you, it's just a memory from the past. Like your photo album suddenly says, oh, hey, boom, here's this, something that happened in the past, probably negative. And we learn that through focus that we can dismiss it, come right back to where we were, and learn to overcome the ants in our head, automatic negative thinking. This works. In conjunction with this, as we learn to focus, we can learn to guard the gates to the mind. What that means is we're now aware as the thoughts enter our mind, pass through our mind. As they appear, we can, just like you're batting through a book real fast, pass that page. And as we're aware of this, we can guard the gates of our mind. We're not going to let that negative thought influence us and stay in our consciousness. They're going to appear again and again, but we can bat them away and think of something pleasurable, or learn to even just be in a good place where maybe you're thinking of nothing. You're just still. There's a reason why we don't want to occupy our minds with negative thoughts, because we have a tendency to become what we think about, and they infect our outside environment. So if we're thinking about negative things, we're going to tend to be negative, to be depressed, to experience anxiety. If we're able to move those negative thoughts, dismiss them, and come back to positive thoughts, pleasant thoughts, our environment is pleasant. It's happy. There's a direct cause and effect relationship here. That's why it's so important that we learn how to focus and control our thoughts. So, if you like this, remember to subscribe, hit the little button down below. Appreciate it. We'll talk more in the future, much more, about these types of things regarding the mind Are you a good CEO or a bad CEO? Bad CEO, you allow the bad thoughts to occur and influence your feelings. A good CEO, you dismiss them and go on to better things. For now, signing off. Bye-bye.